Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something you literally see every single day, but probably never actually decode. We are talking about the secret limbic language of the lip bite. We spend so much of our time hyper-focused on exactly what people are saying to us, analyzing their every word. But while we're busy listening, the mouth itself is constantly moving, shifting, and frankly revealing the exact psychological discomfort that people are desperately trying to hide. By the end of this explainer, you're going to look at every single conversation completely differently.
So, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed someone suddenly bite their lip right after you ask them a really sensitive question? Picture it. Maybe you asked a friend about a messy breakup, or maybe a colleague about a project that's falling behind. Right before the answer, there it is, the quick lip bite. Now, you might just write that off and think, oh, they're just nervous. But the reality of what's happening inside their head is completely different. Their brain is actually pulling off something much more calculated than simply displaying nerves.
Section 1. Decoding the secret language, the emotional headquarters. Okay, let's dive into this.
To truly decode this secret language, we have to look under the hood at the biological makeup of our mouth. Why exactly do the lips give us away? Well, it's because they're incredibly rich with nerves and absolutely packed with blood vessels. Because of this extreme sensitivity, they're basically hardwired to react in real time to the world around us. They aren't just for speaking or eating, they're a highly sensitive, real-time monitor for our internal stress levels and our psychological discomfort. When things get tense, the lips are literally one of the very first places that tension physically manifests.
And this brings us to a huge foundational concept in human behavior. It's called a pacifying behavior. Basically, this is an action triggered by the limbic brain to soothe the body during times of stress or psychological discomfort. So the absolutely crucial point is this. When you see someone biting their lip, they aren't just showing you they're anxious. Their limbic brain has actually commanded their body to physically intervene. Lip biting is a literal, physiological way for the human body to soothe itself in real time when the pressure just gets way too high.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how that biological chain reaction happens. Step 1, the stress occurs. You ask that difficult question. Step 2, instantly, the limbic brain, our emotional headquarters, triggers a response. Step 3, the lips, which as we just learned are packed with highly sensitive nerves, are stimulated through that biting action. And finally, step 4, that physical stimulation literally causes the release of calming endorphins into the body. The person is basically giving their own brain a microscopic dose of physiological calm just to get through the uncomfortable moment you put them in.
Section 2. Biting versus compressing, the crucial twist. Now here's where it gets absolutely fascinating, because not all lip movements mean the same thing, and we really need to spot the difference.
If you want to accurately read the people around you, you have to realize that mixing these two up will lead you to completely misread the situation. On one hand, we've got the lip bite. As we've established, this is all about self-soothing. It means the person is feeling internal pressure or anxiety, and they're just trying to calm themselves down. But on the other hand, we have lip compression. This is when someone presses their lips together so tightly that they seemingly disappear into a thin line. This is entirely different. When the lips disappear, it usually means the person is containing something, they're withholding an opinion, or they're keeping an unexpressed disagreement trapped right there behind their teeth.
Let's see how this builds into a practical, everyday scenario. Imagine you're in a meeting. You're speaking, pitching an idea, and you look across the table. If you see your colleague offer a quick lip bite, you can instantly translate that. They're feeling internal pressure or anxiety about the topic you're discussing. They're just soothing themselves. But if you look over and their lips have completely disappeared into a thin, tight line while you speak, wow, that is a massive red flag. They aren't just anxious. They are actively restraining an aggressive response. They strongly disagree with what you're saying, but they're consciously choosing to stay silent and contain it.
Section 3. Reading the tense moments, the FBI perspective. Let's look at how the pros handled this in real time.
To really drive home how powerful this visual cue is, listen to this observation from a former FBI agent. The tighter the lips, the more significant the guilty knowledge or distress the person is likely feeling. I mean, just think about the mechanics of that for a second. The physical tightness of the mouth directly correlates to the intensity of the withheld distress. If the lips are completely gone, just swallowed up by tension, that person is sitting on a mountain of unexpressed emotion, disagreement, or, in the context of an investigation, guilty knowledge.
So, I want to leave you with this provocative challenge. The next time you're in a tense conversation, whether it's at the dinner table or the boardroom, what will you see? Stop just listening to the words and start really watching the mouth. Are they biting to soothe their anxiety, or are their lips completely disappearing as they withhold their true opinion? If you found this explainer helpful and want to keep mastering the art of reading people in real time, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a trick. Thanks so much for watching, and keep your eyes open.